Allow me first to thank MIO and UNESCO Venice office, as well as the Cretan authorities, for organizing such an outstanding online course. We, of course, should congratulate ourselves really for having people like you who struggle even under these very harsh circumstances of COVID-19, struggling and striving for the conservation of the natural resources. I am Dr. Mohamed Rejdali, professor of botany and plant biodiversity conservation since 1980, as well as mayor of one of the big cities of Morocco, the city of Temara, for 2 mandates up to date, and a member of the Moroccan parliament since 2017 to date. Of course, I am invited, and thanks to the organizers, as chair of COMPSUD, which is the Circle of Mediterranean Parliamentarians for Sustainable Development. COMPSUD has a keen interest on and firmly supports wholeheartedly education, and in particular the education for sustainable development, because we are convinced that this education is basic and constitutes the cornerstone for any everlasting environmental conservation, as well as the achievement of the Agenda 2030 and the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. Aware of the leadership of UNESCO, on ESD, of course, and the prominent team of MIO and MEDIS, which, by the way, was launched at the same time as COMPSUD in 2002 at the Johannesburg World Summit on Sustainable Development. I can really tell you that through this online university, you have verily contributed to the promotion of biodiversity and sustainable development in the region, and thank you, and I thank you for that. I will very much, of course, encourage and welcome its application, or perhaps a second edition of this with wider participation of other stakeholders, such as postgraduates, government officials, NGOs, and all those who have interest in the biosphere reserves in the Mediterranean. Besides the being good and good biodiversity reservoirs, and as well as conservatories of the biodiversity, the biosphere reserves are widely and internationally acknowledged as living laboratories for the implementation of sustainable development. However, the number and area of these biosphere reserves in North Africa and the Middle East is very small. It's very small, relatively very small, and of course, such similar initiatives as Asterousia Hybrid University are badly needed to raise awareness and provide education and training on the significance, benefits, values, and the management of biosphere reserves. Of course, in the Mediterranean and beyond. In this framework, I believe that this course is of utmost importance, being organized under the extraordinary circumstances of the unprecedented global stress caused by COVID-19 pandemic. This urges all of us and particularly politicians and policymakers, to reconsider our priorities related to environmental conservation and protection, the restoration of natural resources and ecosystems. Also, the protection of health and meaningful engagement of citizens, and mainly the youth in addressing challenges. I highly congratulate you once again and thank you for organizing this course on such an important issue and at this very critical moment. I always believe that knowledge and commitment are absolutely essential and necessary for overcoming challenges and making changes and progress. I wish you full access, and I'm looking forward to be notified about any outcomes and eventually to be a follow-up of this university course with the second edition. And thank you very much and good luck.